Hey there, paint fans. Let's take a look at a couple of black paints. This is the Stuart Semple Black. It is super matte black paint developed by the artist Stuart Semple as a response to Vanta Black, which isn't currently available to anyone other than Anish Kapoor. So let's test this one out. As you can see, it goes on really smoothly. It's kind of a liquidy paint compared to other acrylics, but it works sort of more like an ink end paint. This is the Liquitex Basics, like medium or light body, Mars Black acrylic. This is what I currently use most of the time because it's pretty opaque, but also really workable and movable. You can get it around a canvas really quickly. And it's not as opaque as the Stuart Semple, and it's shiny as all get out, so it's very reflective. This is the heavy body artist acrylic in Mars Black, also by Liquitex. You can see that it's a much stiffer paint, and it's not really for covering big areas, because you can see that it really shows the texture of the board that I'm using as I drag it down. And it's not matte. It's just not matte. It's a pretty glossy, plasticky paint. That's what artist acrylic usually looks like. Up next, I have a matte black Walmart craft acrylic. This was like $1.99 at Walmart, or 99 cents maybe. It's a pretty thin paint, but pretty well pigmented, and it's supposed to be pretty matte. We'll be comparing this one to the Stuart Semple because they both say they're matte, they both are black paint, and they're both relatively the same texture-wise and like in body, but it's just not as pigmented. Next up is Speedball Super Black India ink. This is my favorite ink for illustration, for inking. It smells pretty bad. Like, I'll tell you that. It smells pretty bad, and it's pretty runny, but it's not to be used as a paint, so you don't really want to put it on a canvas. But I just want to show you a color comparison. This shows a lot more of the board through it, and it's also has a bit of a sheen. And then we've got a black Sharpie because I stole them out of my sister's room, and I wanted to show you what Sharpie looked like compared to some of my favorite products, or just other products I had lying around, because I, as it turns out, have several kinds of black paint and pigment in my room. So after a few hours, all the pigments are dry. You can see that most of the acrylics are shiny, and the Stuart Semple Black, is really dark. The craft is pretty matte. It's not reflective, but it's not as dark. All of these pigments have their merit, and they're all going to be good for different purposes. If you see a red door and you want to paint it black, you have options. And now, you can paint it very, very black.